He was bound. He was beaten. He was mocked.
His journey did not
The
end
Sanhedrin
at the cross.
condemned him for blasphemy. Pilate found no guilt in him, yet handed him over. The crowd cried out, "Crucify him!" The soldiers wove a crown of thorns. He carried his cross to the place of the skull. This is Jesus' Passion, Part 2. The Passion. Background Bible Master presents. The bound prisoner was led to the house of Annas, then to Caiaphas the high priest, where the scribes and elders had assembled. The Sanhedrin had gathered illegally in the dead of night. They needed witnesses. They needed crimes. They had neither.
We must find evidence. Send for any who would speak against this man.
Many false witnesses came forward.
Their testimonies did not agree.
Then 2 came who said,
This man said, I will destroy this temple made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another made without hands. Do you answer nothing? What do these men testify against you?
Jesus kept silent.
I adjure you by the living God that you tell us whether you are the Christ, the Son of God.
You have said it yourself. Nevertheless, I tell you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven. The high priest tore his robes.
He has blasphemed. What further need do we have of witnesses? Behold, you have now heard his blasphemy. What do you think?
He deserves death.
Then they spat in his face. They struck him with their fists. They slapped him.
Prophesy to us, you Christ. Who is the one who hit you?
Meanwhile, in the courtyard below the chamber, Peter, the disciple of Jesus, was warming himself by the fire. A young servant girl saw him standing there.
You also were with Jesus the Galilean.
Woman, I do not know what you're talking about. I am not from there.
He went out to the gateway. Another saw him.
This man was with Jesus of Nazareth.
I tell you, I do not know the man. I have never known him.
A little later, those standing nearby came up to Peter.
Surely you also are one of them. Your accent gives you away.
By God, I do not know the man. I swear to you, I do not.
Immediately a rooster crowed. The Lord turned and looked straight at Peter. Peter remembered the word the Lord had spoken to him. Before the rooster crows today, you will disown me thrice. He went outside and wept bitterly. Early in the morning, the chief priests bound Jesus and led him away. They delivered him over to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. Pilate came out to them.
What accusation do you bring against this man?
If this man were not a criminal, we would not have delivered him over to you.
Take him yourselves and judge him by your own law.
We are not permitted to put anyone to death.
Enter, Jesus. I have summoned you to my palace.
Here I am. What would you ask of me, Pilate?
Are you the king of the Jews?
Are you saying this on your own initiative, or did others tell you about me?
I am not a Jew, am I? Your own nation and the chief priests delivered you to me. What have you done?
My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then my servants would be fighting, so that I would not be handed over to the Jews. But as it is, my kingdom is not of this realm.
So you are a king?
You say correctly that I am a king. For this I have been born, and for this I have come into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice.
What is truth?
Pilate went out to the people.
I find no guilt in this man.
He stirs up the people, teaching all over Judea, starting from Galilee. even as far as this place.
Galilee? Then he is under Herod's jurisdiction.
Pilate sent Jesus to Herod, who was in Jerusalem at the time.
For a long time I have wanted to see you. Show me a sign. Perform some miracle for me.
Jesus answered him, "Nothing." The chief priests stood by, vehemently accusing him. Herod and his soldiers treated him with contempt. They mocked him. They put a magnificent robe on him. They sent him back to Pilate.
You brought this man to me as one who incites the people. I have examined him before you, and have found no guilt in this man regarding the charges. Neither has Herod. Therefore I will punish him and release him.
But the whole crowd cried out together,
Away with this man! Release for us Barabbas!
Now Barabbas was a robber and murderer. Pilate, wanting to release Jesus, addressed them again.
Whom do you want me to release for you? Barabbas or Jesus, who is called Christ?
Barabbas!
Then what shall I do with Jesus, who is called Christ?
Crucify him!
Why? What evil has he done? I have found no guilt demanding death. I will punish him and release him.
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Pilate took water. He washed his hands before the crowd.
I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves.
His blood be on us and on our children.
Pilate ordered Jesus to be flogged. The Roman soldiers led him into the courtyard of the praetorium. They stripped off his clothes. The flagrum was a brutal Roman whip, tipped with iron balls and bone fragments, designed to tear flesh from bone, designed to break the will of the strongest man. They tied him to the scourging post. Father. The first stroke fell. The leather thongs cracked across his back. The iron tore through his flesh. A second stroke, a third, a fourth. The Romans counted carefully. 40 lashes was the limit prescribed by Jewish law. But this was Roman justice. There was no limit. By the 10th lash, his back was raw flesh. By the 20th, his blood pooled on the stones. By the 30th, ribs were exposed.
Stop! He cannot survive much more!
But the soldiers did not stop. They turned the whip. They scourged his chest, his arms, his legs, his face. The wound was deeper than any human could endure. By Isaiah's prophecy, he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. By his stripes, we are healed. He fell silent, bound to the post, bleeding. At last, the Romans cut him down. The whole Roman cohort gathered, 600 soldiers. They formed a circle of mockery around the bleeding man. They stripped him again. They put a scarlet robe on him, the royal color twisted into mockery. They wove a crown of thorns, long, sharp Judean thorns from the branches of the desert. They pressed it down upon his head. The thorns pierced his scalp. They put a reed in his right hand as a scepter. They knelt before him. "Hail, King of the Jews!" They spat on him. They took the reed. They struck him on the head. They drove the thorns deeper. They hit him. They mocked him. He bled. He was silent. Pilate came out to them.
Behold, I am bringing him out to you, so that you may know that I find no guilt in him.
Jesus came out, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe.
Behold the man.
The chief priests and the officers saw him.
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Take him yourselves and crucify him, for I find no guilt in him.
We have a law, and by that law he ought to die, because he made himself out to be the Son of God.
When Pilate heard this saying, he was even more afraid.
Where are you from?
But Jesus gave him no answer.
You do not speak to me? Do you not know that I have authority to release you, and I have authority to crucify you?
You would have no authority over me at all, unless it had been given you from above. For this reason, the one who delivered me to you has the greater sin. From then on, Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out,
If you release this man, you are not Caesar's friend. Anyone who makes himself a king is in opposition to Caesar.
When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out. He sat down on the judgment seat.
Behold, your king!
Away with him! Away with him! Crucify him!
Shall I crucify your king?
We have no king but Caesar.
Then Pilate handed him over to be crucified. The soldiers led him out through the narrow streets of Jerusalem to the place called Golgotha, the place of the skull. He carried his own cross. The horizontal beam alone weighed over 100 pounds. His back was raw. His face was swollen. The crown of thorns dug deeper with each step. He fell. The cross crashed onto the cobblestones. He rose. He walked. He fell again. The Romans grew impatient. They saw a man coming in from the country, Simon, a Cyrenian, the father of Alexander and Rufus.
You, carry the wood!
They forced Simon to bear his cross. Simon walked behind him. A great multitude of people followed, some weeping, many mocking. Some women lamented for him. Jesus turned to them. Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me. Weep for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming when they will say, Blessed are the barren, the wombs that never bore. Then they will begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills, Cover us. For if they do these things in the green tree, what will happen in the dry?
A woman named Veronica pressed through the crowd. With a cloth, she wiped his blood-stained face. She returned home with the image of his sorrow imprinted on the cloth. His mother stood among the women. Mary watched her son walk to his death.
My son. Oh, my son.
He fell a third time at the foot of Golgotha. He rose. He climbed the hill of execution. At the place called Golgotha, the soldiers offered him wine mixed with myrrh. He would not drink it. They stripped him of his clothing. They laid him on the cross. They drove iron spikes through his hands, through his feet. The wood was raised. It fell with a thud into the prepared hole. His body jolted with the impact. It was the third hour. He was crucified. Above him, in 3 languages, Pilate had written the inscription, Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. The chief priests had objected.
Do not write, the King of the Jews. Write that he said, I am King of the Jews.
What I have written, I have written.
On either side of him, 2 robbers were crucified, one on the right, one on the left. The scripture was fulfilled. He was numbered with the transgressors. The soldiers, when they had crucified Jesus, took his garments. They divided them into 4 parts, a part to every soldier. They cast lots for his tunic, which was without seam. The scripture was fulfilled. They divided my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. The crowd watched. The chief priests mocked.
He saved others. Let him save himself if this is the Christ of God, his chosen one.
If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself.
Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and us. Do you not even fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? We indeed are suffering justly, for we are receiving what we deserve for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. Jesus, remember me when you come in your kingdom.
Truly, I say to you, today you shall be with me in paradise. Below the cross, his mother stood, with John, his beloved disciple, with Mary Magdalene. Jesus looked down. He saw his mother. Woman, behold your son. Then he said to John, behold your mother. From that hour, John took her into his own home. It was now the 6th hour. Darkness fell over the whole land. The sun's light failed. For 3 hours the world was dark. Then, at the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? I thirst. Someone ran. He filled a sponge with sour wine. He put it on a hyssop reed. He held it to his lips. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he cried out, It is finished. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. He bowed his head. He gave up his spirit. The veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook. The rocks were split. The tombs were opened. The Roman centurion who stood before him saw all that had taken place.
Truly, this man was the Son of God.
This is the end of part 2. He had drunk the cup to its very dregs. He who knew no sin became sin for us. But the story is not yet over. On the 3rd day, the stone would roll away. Background Bible Master. Subscribe for part 3, The Glory. Background Bible Master. He had drunk the cup to its very dregs. The veil was torn. The earth shook. But the story is not yet over. On the 3rd day, the stone would roll away. Subscribe to follow part 3, The Glory.